Welcome everyone out on this fine sunny day in Provo, Utah. We are at Helaman Field at Brigham Young University. Pretty exciting opportunity we have here. I am Kendall Erickson, and I am here with my trusty partner here, Kara. Kara Branchflower, whose father evidently played rugby for BYU. Back in the 80s, and her uncle coached, I understand. Is that correct, Kara?
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. So we're excited to be here today and to enjoy this fine weather and some great rugby. We have a little pregame going here. The girls getting excited. Brigham Young University welcomes you to Helaman Field on BYU campus for this historical occasion. This is the first ever rugby game between BYU and the Lindenwood Lions here at BYU on Helaman Field. Wanted to share BYU's women's team became an official BYU extramural sport on October 8th of 2015. And in 2019, they won their first Division I national championship. Just informationally, BYU women's rugby competes under the USA Rugby CRAA Women's College Elite competition this year with Life, Lindenwood, Central Washington, and Penn State. So truly the cream of the crop when it comes to women's rugby in the United States at the collegiate level. Today's going to be an exciting match. Lindenwood is ranked #1 in the country right now. They have defeated all comers, and BYU is the 4th ranked team in the country at the collegiate level. We are getting set to have some players' introductions. We're going to have a national anthem, a prayer, and some other things. But as they're organizing that, we wanted to first of all thank our sponsors and partners for all the support. It's a little bit different than when I played rugby at BYU. We were more on a shoestring budget, but it's fantastic the support that the sponsors give us. Brigham Young University, enter to learn, go forth to serve. We'd also like to thank Utah Valley Hospital, which is the proud sponsor of BYU's extramural sports. They are committed to providing high-quality care and improving the overall health of our local communities. For more information regarding medical services or provider information, visit utahvalleyhospital.org. Utah Valley Hospital offers advanced treatment and compassionate care for many in our community. They feature a full-scale accredited cancer treatment center, a highly advanced newborn intensive care unit, a full-scale emergency trauma center, and a diabetes management clinic. Utah Valley Hospital offers a wide range of specialty services to accommodate the needs of our growing community. So Kara, tell us a little bit about this BYU team real quick as we get organized here.
Okay, yeah, this is my first year on the BYU team. And like every rugby team I played on, I was amazed at how welcoming and how kind all of the girls are. Our coaches really emphasize having a really strong, good team culture. It's not about the game, it's about the girls too. So while they teach us rugby, they also teach us how to be good teammates, and we always say sisters, not teammates. And that's really true with every single rugby game that you've ever seen. The support is amazing.
Absolutely. You know, that camaraderie, having played at BYU many moons ago and also coached in 2000 to 2004, that camaraderie I think is just unmatched in anything else I've experienced. So we're getting the teams lined up. One of the things we wanted to do is introduce our players. For Lindenwood, who is on your right on the screen in black and gold. We have starting #1, Lali Lafitaga. #2, hooker, Destiny Arena from Fallbrook, California. We have a number from that Fallbrook High School. #3, Isabel Manu. #4, Kate Yeomans. we're gonna go ahead and have the national anthem, and then we will finish with the lineup. We're going to have an opening prayer by Audrey Robinette.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you that we were all able to gather here today to play rugby. Please bless that both teams be safe and play safe, and that we can all have fun.
Amen.
All right. Good luck.
Quickly, we're going to get back to our players before kickoff here. Number 4, Kate Yeomans, United Kingdom. Number 5, Moira Dillo from Loveland, Colorado. Number 6, Emily Morris, Pulaski, Wisconsin. Number 7, and Captain Aaliyah Alvar from Porirua, New Zealand. Easy for me to say in my Holly accent there. Number 8, Manaya Moala from Carson, California. Number 9, Meg Gold, Vice Captain from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Number 10, Rochelle Stevens, Senior from Fallbrook, California. Number 11, Caitlin Edwards from Perth, Australia. Number 12, Puni Puao, Skips, Garden Grove, California. Number 13, from Kahuko, California, Taina Takuofu. Number 14, Suniva Maulu from California. Number 15, Salota Iongi from Lakeshore Provo, Utah, Brighton High School. The reserves are Jayla Hampton at 16, number 17, Nina Tuialaipa, number 18, Natalie Gray, 19, Capuina Bailey, 20, Karen De Freitas, 21, Eti Haongato, 22, Sativa Tarau Pihikuru from Helensville, New Zealand, and 23, Morgan Freeman from Delray Beach, Florida. I'm going to let you tell go ahead with the BYU players, Kara, as we start with our kickoff here.
Okay, yeah. So in number 1, we have Kate Gormley. In number 2, we have Sierra Garza. Number 3, Sierra Ferner. Number 4, Taylor Johnston. Number 5, Ashlyn Restora. Number 6, Taisley Hack. Number 7, Riho Mariama. Number 8, Delaney Rakutia. Number 9, Christina Miller. Number 10, Matalasi Morissette. Number 11, Bailey Deuce. Number 12, Kat Stowers. Number 13, Kainoa Aquin. Number 14, Lexi Tenney. Number 15, Nicole Lyons. And on the reserve, we have Kaylin Hershey, Maya Hood, Rochelle Falcon, Alyssa Erickson, Michaela Cooper, Annalise Curtis, Megan Sherwood, and Marin Spears.
Wow, so Lindenwood on the attack very early. Kick went into touch. And we have a try award in the left side. Did you get a number on that? Looks like number 6. Oh, 15? Okay. I have got my spotters helping me out and giving me sign language here. So it looks like that was Saloti Iongi from Lakeshore Provo, Utah. So local girl, Brighton High School. we certainly would have loved to have her at BYU, it sounds like. But Lindenwood on the front foot immediately, Kara. What are you seeing so far?
Well, it's going to be an intense game, definitely. We have a lot to look forward to. It's really early on, so we don't know exactly everything that's going to happen, but it's kind of rare that there's a try so quickly.
Yeah, no, you know, one of the things I know growing up on kickoffs, man, if you let that ball bounce, bad things sometimes can happen. And ball went into touch. Lindenwood quickly attacked with a maul, which is when the team comes together in an organized fashion and can actually move down the field. Ironically, people would say, well, why not just tackle it? You can't in rugby when it's in a group. In a maul like that, you're not allowed to pull that maul down. You have to stop it and push it backward. At that point, the referee will say to the number 9, use it, and they'll have to pass it back or run or break away from the maul. So the conversion kick was not good, so we're at 5 to Lindenwood, 0 BYU, with BYU kicking. As you can see, in rugby, unlike football and some other sports, when you get scored upon, you have to kick off. It's kind of a make-it-take-it type scenario. So Lindenwood on the attack again. BYU coming up strong. Hard hit, missed the wrap, but Lindenwood very skilled. Just informationally, the last time these two teams met was in 2019. Lindenwood came away winners 63-0. So BYU certainly up against it today. This is the class of collegiate rugby in the United States, and as you can tell, very skilled with the pass and all aspects of the game. But BYU, a very strong team as well. Where would you say some of the strengths are, Kara, in this BYU team?
I would say that, I don't know. There's so many to choose from. And I do acknowledge I'm a little biased. It's my team. But we have been doing a lot of work on our wrecking recently, just trying to make sure that we're good offensively and defensively.
Absolutely. So just the play there, the BYU player, because she caught the ball on the field and then went in goal with the ball, she took that ball in, which unfortunately that means a scrum to Lindenwood at the 5 meter. So we're going to see kind of 2 powerful scrums here. BYU really did a much better job a couple weeks ago when I was here against Central Washington, who has an excellent scrum. And Lindenwood, of course, a real powerhouse scrum. So we're going to see how things play out right now. Lindenwood with a big push, but BYU holding strong there. Ball's out to the number 12 center. Looks like, unfortunately, the BYU defense took a little bit of a bad angle there, and number 12 for Lindenwood scored there. So, of course, you guys are going to have to bear with me on these names here. So Puni Puau Skips from Garden Grove, California, played at South Bay High School with the try under the post. In rugby, when you score, when you score a touchdown, a try, the word football obviously comes from, or the word touchdown in football comes from rugby. You have to actually touch that ball down in goal. But where you mark it in goal, it determines where you take your conversion kick. If you saw, she crossed the line probably about 15 meters from the touch line or sideline, and she ran to the middle and touched down there, so that the conversion kick was actually in front of the posts. If you touch the ball down to the left or the right, you have to take that ball straight back from where you scored perpendicularly and have a much more difficult 2-point conversion. So Lindenwood on the board again with a try, and conversion good to make it 12-0. And Madalasi Morissette with the kick, a nice kick right at 11 meters, but well taken by Lindenwood. A lot of strong, crashing, multi-phase rugby by Lindenwood. BYU's defensive line is looking pretty strong. Little in tight. Well, big bruising run by Lindenwood at number 9. The referee determined that was not a knock-on, went backwards. Lindenwood attacking off the base of the ruck. Number 9 is marshaling her Lindenwood team. BYU coming up stout to hold them out. Nice defensive realignment. Wow, Lindenwood putting tremendous pressure on the BYU defense. They're holding at the goal line. BYU still not breaking.
Yeah, it's when it's this close to the try line that the pressure really goes up for both teams.
Yeah, BYU hoping that Lindenwood makes a mistake and that they can continue to keep them out of the try zone. And the referee determines that the try is awarded. So Lindenwood, boy, off strong in this game so far. You know, it looked like at the beginning of that play. Oh, we got a replay here. And that was scored by, well, I see the player. We're waiting for her number. Come on, give a nice turn so we can say your name out loud and your parents can hear you at home and family. So we have number 3, Isabel Manu from Fullerton, California, out of Troy High School. Congratulations to her, their family. I imagine they're pretty excited about that. So I was saying, it looked like our defense was really in tight and there was a lot of open field. Lindenwood just passed it out and it looked like Matalasi had about 5 girls to try to defend.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it puts a lot of pressure on everybody on the team, because if you're not there supporting your one teammate, then it's on you. It's not only on them. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but also it's easy to understand why they were trying to defend the forwards pushing in at the middle there.
Yeah, you get a little bit of pressure in rugby, and ideally if you're attacking with your big runners, you suck that defense in and then you spin that ball out, and it can create overlaps and difficult vulnerabilities in your defensive line. So we have a nice run for Lindenwood. Really, this Lindenwood team really, and that's a knock-on, they play advantage. This Lindenwood team really moves the ball quickly. Their passing ability is top-notch, very skilled. I know they have a number of All-Americans as well as people being considered for the U.S. national player pool, and you know, we'll certainly see some of them today. BYU is certainly going to have to step up their game and really front up on their defense. But here we get a chance to attack. BYU with the put in at the scrum. Referee blew his whistle. I don't see a hand signal yet. Okay, so we are going to do the scrum again. BYU's number 9, Christina Miller, is putting the ball in. I understand she has a fun nickname.
Yeah, we call her Toad.
Toad.
Yeah, when I first was on the team, they're like, yeah, go Toad. And I was always afraid to call her that because I was like, I don't want to call somebody Toad if that's the wrong name.
That's awesome. So Kainoa just puts under pressure. Nice kick into the 22 of Lindenwood. Determined way we're going to try to get them on the back foot there. BYU, nice fend by the Lindenwood player. See if they can pull her into touch, and they do. Well done for BYU. They did a nice job of kind of trading some field territory there, taking it from their own end and then getting the line out just outside of the Lindenwood 22-meter line. So it looks like BYU's number 3, Sierra Ferner, is actually taking the line out throw here.
That's actually Sierra Garza.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There must have been a number change.
They changed numbers on me, so I'm glad you're here to call us out. I thought that looked like Sierra Garza. So, unfortunately, BYU loses their own line out. Lindenwood takes that and is on the attack once again. Nice tackle by BYU. Now, see, we've got a nice penalty for holding on there, so BYU gets the ball. When you get tackled, you have to release the ball, as they put it, immediately. Within about 1 second, you have to place that ball and give the defense an opportunity to contest for the ball. By the same token, if you are the tackler, you have to complete your tackle and then release as well, and then you can re-engage and compete, try to jackal or poach the ball from the other team.
Yeah.
So a line out for BYU. Let's see if we can clean this up and win our own line out. Lindenwood wins that again. It looks like we've got looks like he is calling a knock on. I did not get a signal there, so we'll get that pretty soon. The referees today, head referee is Khalil Harris from Orlando, Florida. Assistant referees are Sam Madsen, who is from St. Louis, Missouri, Cage Green from Utah, and our number 4 referee is Quentin Aspinall. Boy, Kara, this Lindenwood team's really coming up hard on that attack.
Yeah, they've had some good runs so far.
I noticed BYU players, a lot of arm tackles. What do they really need to do with this level of team to make sure they are successful in the tackle?
It's really essential that you go in with your shoulder first. You want to get a good, strong base there, and you just can't really get that with your arms. So if you go in with your shoulder, you can ensure a good hit, and it's less likely that they'll be able to break through you.
Yeah, we like to call that the shoulder punch, right? You're in effect, you're putting a strong shoulder into them, and then coming through with a ring of steel wrap. You want to wrap them up and not just hit them, but you're actually required in rugby to wrap. So BYU is contesting at the breakdown. Number 10 tries to kick it.
Looks like it was blocked.
Yes, it was blocked by BYU. Madalasi Morissette just getting covered by many Lindenwood defenders. Kai chooses to kick again, put Lindenwood under a little bit of pressure, and Lindenwood returns that kick into the BYU 22. Looks like Nicole Lyons, the fullback for BYU. A nice kick. I believe she's a former soccer player. Fantastic with the boot, both off the tee and with the punt. And boy, she's a courageous tackler too.
Yeah. She definitely has a variety of skills to show off.
Oh, BYU with a nice take.
Yep.
Nice fend
nice
there.
fend.
Wow.
And that is Lexi Tenney. She's known for her good, strong runs out on the side there.
Yeah, Lexi had the opportunity to commentate with her a couple of weeks ago, and she is a piece of work. We have a lot of people were very impressed by the fend she gave to the Lindenwood player onto the deck, so certainly BYU to begin this game has taken plenty of proverbial punches to the mouth on the scoreboard, but Lexi
returns at the literal.
Lexi was not having any of that. I think she's a little bit fired up to be back out on the pitch. Well done, Lexi. Kind of fun fact of Lexi, she grew up playing soccer before rugby, and opposing team parents hated how aggressive she was, and we can see why.
Yeah, that's a common story for a lot of the girls on the team.
Boy, big number 8 for Lindenwood. Just a bruising run. Took about 2 or 3 times before a BYU player was able to tackle her. That's a nice tackle by Maruyama Rihu.
Yeah.
Her father-in-law played rugby with me at BYU, so
Oh,
Kapua
wow.
Maruyama, she's a fantastic player.
Oh, yeah. I'm very lucky to have her on the team.
Number 2 for Lindenwood with a strong dried, recycled out wide. Number 7, their captain with the try, Aliyah Alvar, who is from New Zealand, Aotea College. So she's a senior and obviously very skilled at rugby. Certainly, what can you tell us about rugby in New Zealand, Kara?
Oh, well, everybody who knows anything about rugby knows the All Blacks, which is the New Zealand national team, one of the best in the world. Many say the best.
I would be in the camp that they are the best. Not every year, but over time they consistently have been the top performing and very exciting to watch.
Oh, yeah.
As well. So both the Lady Ferns and the men's team out of New Zealand, 15s and in 7s, are just fantastic rugby players. So shout out to her and her New Zealand fans for a big try for the captain of Lindenwood's team.
Yeah.
So conversion to come. Conversions, tries are worth 5 points. Conversions are worth 2. And it looks like she just was right on that conversion attempt. So the score remains 24 Lindenwood, 0 for BYU. Any suggestions, Kara, from your point of view to get the girls motivated? Some things maybe to tinker with to up their game?
Well, one thing that's always essential, especially when it's such a offensive game for the other team, is you really got to make sure that your backline is strong and covering the space. I know that the last try, they saw the space and they took it. So you just got to make sure that you're spreading and covering everywhere that you need to be.
Absolutely. So number 9 for Lindenwood with a nice take and support pass out. Again, Lindenwood so quick. A little bit of a ball handling there, but a good fend there.
Oh.
Kai with a nice strip, but Lindenwood just the right place. A lot of arm tackling, but good finish by Matalasi Morissette, one of our Virginia girls. My daughter Alyssa played with her in Virginia, so shout out to the Morissette family. Number 9 for Lindenwood, so quick at getting that ball out to her back line. Rugby's very much about recycling, from one play to the next. You get tackled, and immediately, as you watch here, 1 or 2 girls will go over the top to set the ruck. In that case, they weren't there quite quick enough. BYU jackled or poached the ball. The Lindenwood player was called for holding on, and BYU gets a penalty. They have from a penalty, what are your options from the penalty here, Kara?
You have to release the ball. So you can either tap and release and then pass the ball. You can kick it out to get a line out for your team. But here it looks like they're choosing to scrum. That's
right. So they figured, all right, we're gonna see how we do in our scrum, maybe get an attack going here. Looks like Mott is calling a play to her back, so hopefully our BYU forwards get a good push. Nice kick.
Very nice
that
kick.
Was Kat Stars, right?
Yeah.
She is a fantastic rugby player, very tough.
Looks like they dropped the ball, but it went backwards, so play will continue.
So BYU got to get that defensive line up and set. They're a little deep, kind of almost playing a drift defense as opposed to getting up in the face of this team. Nice dummy pass. Kai with the tackle. Lindenwood continues, but looks like Nicole Lyons finishing that tackle off. BYU defensive line trying to get back in position and reset for the next offensive charge from Lindenwood. They just keep coming, don't they, Kara?
Yeah, they do.
All right, knocked on by Lindenwood, and
Possession change.
yep, turnover. BYU, if they get that ball out in the attack, Mott decides to switch it up, reverse field. I was thinking that other side, there's a lot of open field there, but again, BYU kicks to try to relieve some of that pressure, and we have a knock on. That's one of the advantages of kicking, right? If Lindenwood does not field that ball clean, it is a knock on, and that becomes, what does that become, Kara?
It turns into a scrum with BYU put in.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So BYU will be on the offensive here with the scrum.
Yeah, and it looks like they've been able to win their scrum so far, so they gain a lot of ground and hopefully will be able to maintain possession.
Yeah, Lindenwood's putting some pressure on, and I noticed it's a little difficult for quote-unquote Toad to get that ball out of the back, but they are winning their scrum.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get her a little better clean ball. Lindenwood with the pressure. Wadalasi with a nice little run there. Boy, that tackle a little up around the neck, but referee says play on.
Yeah.
Hard running. BYU has not had much possession so far this game, so maybe keeping that in tight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Knock on by number 1 for BYU, so that's a turnover. Oh, it looks like there was a penalty. Katzauer with the quick tap out to Kai. Oh, I think Kai missed. She had 3 players out left there. Could have put it outside. Chooses to kick. Lindenwood return. Looks like Nicole Lyons coming back to get that ball and decides to kick. BYU cannot run forward. They have to wait till Nicole puts them on, and they did not retreat, so it's an advantage to Lindenwood.
And it looks like they're calling it.
So tell us a little bit about why that was penalized there. Nicole kicked it.
Yeah, so when you kick it, you have to get up really fast because everybody is now offside until you pass them. And if you're offside, you can't join the play in rugby. So you have to be onside. So it looks like somebody tackled or joined a ruck without being onside, so the ref called it, and that counts as a penalty.
That's correct. So it would seem if maybe BYU could get some possession and maintain some possession here, maybe they could just, slowly move down the field. Boy, it gets a little scary with all these runners. You look at these Lindenwood players on their back line, just fantastic players. Meg Gold, Rochelle Stevens, Caitlin Edwards, Puni Puao, Skips, who already scored. Taina Tukuafu, Siniva Maiola, and Saloti Iongi. So every single one of them very skilled, great players. Here, line out throw, Lindenwood. BYU defense up to the task so far. And the Lindenwood player, BYU trying to hold that ball up. Try to Lindenwood. We'll get a number on that, but that's why it's so important. You get penalized like that, and the other team gets a free kick and puts you under pressure for a line on in your 22. Against this type of team, you just have to play really solid fundamental rugby. Was that number 15? Number 5? Okay, so the try was scored by number 5, Moira Dillo, the vice captain out of Loveland, Colorado, Loveland High School. So shout out to her family, the Dillo family. Well worked, certainly a team try, but she was also in the right place, right time, put a hard charge to get that over in goal for the 5-pointer.
Yeah.
So here we have the kick. It may have a little bit of a breeze here, so she's giving a little help here. And the conversion is good. So the score with 26 minutes and change in is 31 for Lindenwood, 0 for BYU. You know, I always thought Helaman, it seems like from left to right, you're going a little bit uphill.
Yeah, our coach always tells us that.
Yeah, so, you know, we are proverbially and otherwise going uphill. We got you know, a tall task, but if we can put something together, get some points on the board, go in at the half, not too far down, we get the downhill in the second half, right?
Yeah.
Very skilled runner, nice. Kainoa tries to get the ball out. The ball is out. BYU on the attack.
Yeah.
Strong word into the 22. One of the first times that BYU's really got their attack into the 22.
And that was carried by Bailey Deuce.
Bailey Deuce with a good run, and then BYU with the recycle. Lindenwood putting BYU under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Keep moving that ball out, ladies. Lindenwood up strong with a hard tackle. Looks like that the referee was calling an advantage knocked on by Lindenwood. In effect, in rugby, similar to soccer, but for a longer period of time, the referee can allow the play to continue or advantage to a team rather than immediately blow the whistle on an infringement or a penalty or a knock-on or forward pass if he deems that gives the attacking team an advantage. In that case, he let it play out. He determined that there was no advantage, and so it comes back to the infringement, BYU's scrum. Boy, a big push by Lindenwood. Somehow they got that ball out. I am not sure how.
Yeah.
Madalasi Morissette on the attack. Kainoa down the wing. Little kick in front. Lindenwood able to put that ball down in goal. So BYU better be ready because the Lindenwood girl is coming for a 22 dropout. Oh, that was, I am not sure why the referee blew that up, but we will find out. Looks like he's
talking to his judge.
So,
looking like a scrum.
Yeah, he is giving a scrum to BYU in the center. He called some kind of knock-on. We're not exactly sure on that. I would have thought it looked like BYU had the ball and about 3 girls over there. Would have been nice to see that play out. All right, so here we have the scrum for BYU. Lindenwood just kind of destroyed the BYU scrum. They looked like they were on roller skates that last one. Looks like BYU is really high in that scrum, but they are holding. Oh, that Lindenwood, that should have been a penalty for coming out of the scrum early. And Lindenwood player knocked that on. So BYU is putting some pressure on in the I remember in the Central Washington games, both of them, BYU sustained pressure in the 22 of their opposition for a long time, but just struggled to get that ball across the goal line. And let's see if they can execute and get that ball in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Our coaches always say it doesn't matter if you put the work in if you can't finish it.
Gotta finish. So Christina is about to put the ball in for BYU. Ball, quick ball, quick, good hook. Madalasi out to Kainoa. Inside pass. No, unfortunately, Nicole knocked that on and turned it over. Oh, no, that wasn't Nicole. I'm not sure.
Lexi.
Was that Lexi?
Yeah. Oh, no, that was Bailey. It's hard to tell for such
all those blondes. Lindenwood, boy, really unfortunate situation. BYU just a little loose with that ball and popped it, turned it over, and 80-meter try the other way for Lindenwood.
Yeah. one break like that's all it takes.
Did we get a number on that Lindenwood?
Um.
There was a BYU player high on her back. It looks like 13. Yep.
Yep.
Ooh, could have been called for high tackle. Certainly a little dangerous there. You cannot tackle above the armpits. So 13 for Lindenwood. Taina Tukuafu from Kahuku, Hawaii. Kahuku High School. A lot of great rugby and football and other athletes come out of Kahuku High School. In fact, I think we have a few players possibly from Kahuku on the BYU team as well.
I know we definitely have some from Hawaii. I'm not sure exactly where, though.
The conversion is good. So with that conversion in the 33rd minute, we are looking at 38. I believe it's going to be 38-0 in Lindenwood's favor. So positively, BYU players not getting their heads down. They still look like they're ready to call. I hear Christina and others shouting, hey, let's go, let's pick this up. We can do this. So good to see that they're fronting up and ready to play some rugby. Got to put some shoulder on those tackles, ladies. That was a good tackle by number 11 for BYU. That was Bailey Deuce. Number 8. Bring it down. Lindenwood moving that ball out their back line. Good tackle. Was that Lexi over there?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, hard to see.
Oh, and it looks like BYU has possession.
BYU has turned over. So good, strong tackle and counter ruck.
Yeah.
But just, again, loose the ball. This Lindenwood team will make you pay. You have to protect that ball. Oh, Kainoa went for an angle. She missed. That's a high risk and high penalty if you miss that. That ball was knocked on, fortunately. So Lindenwood knocked it on to the good fortune of BYU, because they certainly were attacking in BYU's 22.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a scrum to BYU. Kara, were you on the team 2 years ago when they played Lindenwood last?
No, this is my first year.
First year, okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So have you been in a game yet where you've been down, you know, whether it's rugby or anything else? What do you do to keep your chin up?
We always say, even if you're ahead in my high school, every sport is the score still 0-0. You got to play like it's a blank slate. So you just got to like really concentrate, I'm here, I'm playing, and it doesn't matter what the other team is doing. I have to concentrate on what I need to be doing.
That's good advice for sure. Looks like BYU was penalized for an infringement in the scrum. So Lindenwood gets a penalty kick again. Decides to kick to touch. They get the throw in because it was a penalty. So they are about 5-6 meters from in goal, and that strong maul is coming BYU's way. So they're going to have to hit that low and hard and drive that backwards. They may be holding that up, but number
like
7, their captain from New Zealand, she's a fantastic player. Good little switch pass back inside to the strength of the Lindenwood forward pack. Yeah, you just cannot try to tackle these girls high, or you're gonna feel it. But looks like Riho was pulling that ball out. She didn't quite get it, but a good defensive effort. Good defense by BYU.
Yeah.
And try awarded by Lindenwood.
Looks like that was number 11.
Number 11 for Lindenwood. So Caitlin Edwards from Perth, Australia. Boy, they have some players from some really strong rugby playing nations, as well as some fantastic American players, and even a few local Utah players, it looks like. So So with that try, it looks like 43 for Lindenwood, 0 for BYU. And the kick just under the crossbar for Lindenwood. Was that their number 10 that took the conversion attempt? Rochelle Stevens. So just short of the 2-point conversion. So the score remains 43 for Lindenwood and 0 for BYU. BYU's probably a little tired of having to kick this ball out. So let's see if we can they can turn this ball over. Nice kick by Mandalasi Morissette, number 10 for BYU. Boy, strong run by number 5 for Lindenwood. Moira Dillo, the vice captain. So many weapons on the black and gold today, huh, Kara?
Yeah, there really is.
And look at that speed, jeez. Great tackle. I think that was Nicole Lyons that came up and made one of her courageous tackles. She is a fantastic tackler. Number 5 for BYU, just a little high on that tackle. The Lindenwood girl just bounced off, kept moving. Boy, they're...
But it looks like BYU has possession right now.
Yeah, they did steal that under a little bit of pressure. Hopefully they can set that ruck.
Yeah, maintain it.
Probably need to be a little more physical in that ruck, right? I mean, this team is very physical, and if you just are not giving your 100% and hitting that ruck with power, it's going to be a challenge. So, Black, the number 7 from New Zealand, again, just really causing problems in there. BYU, I think, would be smart to just, you know, have a few runs with their forwards. They choose to kick away again. Nice take by 15. Wow, fantastic play. She is the out of Utah, Saloti Iongi, with a fantastic take and pass to her teammate. And look, it just really set up the offense on the switch opposite side of the field. But BYU still coming up strong, being aggressive. Just need a little more shoulder punch on some of those tackles. Number 5, strong tackle by number 7. That's Riho Maruyama. Boy, that number 9 is a nifty player. Well tackled. I think that was Nicole Lyons. 15. Number 7 asking for support. They're going to take that ball, keep it in tight. Aaliyah is number 7 for Lindenwood. She is just a fantastic player. I'm not so sure I would want to tackle her, or try to tackle, I should say. I would hurt myself.
And it looks like BYU has the possession.
BYU has come over. Number 3, is that Sierra Garza?
Yeah. She's one of our strongest players, and it looks like she holds her high school shot put record. So it shows just how strong and motivated she actually is. Yeah, that's
fantastic. So BYU able to relieve some pressure.
Looks like Lexi's up there.
BYU's got to get out on that defense. Ooh, that looked to be forward, but the referee deemed otherwise. And try awarded. What do you think? From my the referee was in pretty good position. I'm going to say that did look like it drifted a little forward on that pass, but the referee, the sir, is never wrong. So all good there. Another try for Lindenwood, number 11.
And for those of you who are unfamiliar with rugby, the reason why the girls were still chasing in the try zone is because, as said earlier, where they touch it down is where they get to kick. So if you can tackle them and they touch it down further out, less likely that they'll get the conversion.
Absolutely. So, boy, certainly a first half that I'm sure BYU will be glad to see end. We're already in extra time. We go 40-minute halves, but of course, if the game is still playing until there's a dead ball, that the play continues. And in this case, we're into the 42nd minute. Conversion attempt is no good. And the half ends at 48-0. Lindenwood again, 48. BYU 0. Certainly some things to be learned. BYU will be happy for a little respite. Opportunity maybe to bring in some reserves, recharge, have the downhill in the second half, right?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on our first half so far, Kara?
Well, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, but I feel like we've had some very good plays, had some strong players shown through. So you always have to look on the positive side.
Absolutely, absolutely. We certainly, again, would like to thank our sponsors, of course, Brigham Young University, who has been very supportive of the program, and Utah Valley Hospital, who is a proud and much appreciated sponsor of BYU's extramural sports. So the teams will have about a 5 to 10 minute halftime at now. I'm sure coaches will have, certainly BYU will have plenty of adjustments and some adjustments to make and advice to share with the team. Maybe bring in an infusion of a few reserves off the bench. What do you think the Lindenwood coaches are saying?
Probably keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure that they have things that they want to improve on, like little specific aspects of the game that they're focusing on for this game. Yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. You know, even though it's been a little bit difficult here, look at this view we have of Rock Canyon and the snow-covered mountains. Fantastic place to play or watch a rugby game. And certainly for you viewers that have never come out to Utah, we welcome you. It's a great place to ski, to hike, to do all kinds of outdoor sports. And for those who haven't been for a while, come on back. Certainly fantastic place. I enjoyed my well, I guess I did 4 years going to school here and playing rugby, and then another 2 doing an MBA and 4 years coaching. And I've been away for a long time, but try to get back as much as I can to see both the men's and women's rugby team and to ski. And what are things you like to do here in Utah, Kara?
Well, mainly school and rugby right now.
School and rugby, fantastic. Oh no, I definitely have a made for radio face. They have us streamed here, but this is Kara. So shout out, she's doing a fantastic job, and the Branch Flower family certainly can be proud of her and her representation of BYU rugby and commentating. I'm Kendall Erickson, the gray-haired old guy, and this is fun. This is my second time commentating. Got to do the Central Washington game a couple of weeks ago, so I am not very seasoned at this. Some people would say that you could do much better, but hey,
Yeah.
The price is right?
Yeah, this is my second time too. I commentated our scrimmage last week, so.
And you did a great job.
Well,
some good shout outs to the players. I understand some people would say you threw Montalasi under the bus with some of the single ready to mingle comments, but maybe she was asking for those.
She did. Before we asked, hey, me and Kate, we're commentating, if you want any shout outs, she said, oh, shout out me. And she told us what to say, and we pulled through for her.
Excellent, excellent. So we're certainly enjoying that. I mean, you just look at that backdrop of the Wasatch Mountains, not too far away, Timpanogos. You got, oh, look at that. Someone's sending pictures here. Fortunately, we don't have like a chat or where people can send in comments because they might be ribbing us a little bit more than we could handle. But but we appreciate everyone's patience and as we. I'm still trying to learn some of the BYU players' names and many of the Lindenwood players. This is the first opportunity that I've had to watch them, and certainly it's great to see how far women's rugby has come in the United States, and certainly a little bit of infusion of some foreign players. When I played at BYU, we typically had a few from overseas. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is certainly an international church, and there are a lot of members on the Pacific Isles and in New Zealand and Australia and South Africa and other places, and their players or their members and rugby players come here to BYU, both men and women in some cases, and so it's great for the American players, some of which, like me, and you, it sounds like, just started playing rugby in college. We played other sports growing up.
Oh, I played rugby in high school, too.
Did you? Okay, you did play rugby in high school. Sorry about that, Kara.
Oh, no, I played a lot of other sports, but rugby is definitely the one that sticks out the most to me for being enjoyable. Yeah.
How many years did you play in high school?
I played 3 years in high school.
Awesome, awesome. So you would, more and more, we're getting players that are playing youth, middle school, high school players, but there's still a number, even on the BYU team. I understand that their first touch of a rugby ball was at BYU rugby tryouts.
Yeah, it's amazing. A lot of the girls, even starting, this is their first or second game, and you can tell that the coaches really know what they're doing, teaching us all that they can.
Yeah, speaking of the coaching staff, and these people are fantastic. As a father of one of the players, Alyssa Erickson, I appreciate the good principles and all that the coaching staff does for my daughter and all of our BYU rugby daughters. But certainly Coach Tom Waka, the head coach, Sia Gomez, the assistant coach, Tavita Atolifa, assistant coach, Alakisa Kaliogata, assistant coach, and then shout out to our athletic trainers too. I think Samantha Hendrickson is at least one of the trainers on the team. So BYU women's rugby would not be what it is without so much dedicated and both volunteer and other time and resources that these good coaches and trainers put in to the program. Any thoughts on that?
Oh, we're just very grateful. They always pull through. If we need something, they make sure that we get it. If we need to focus on a skill, they make sure to teach us that skill. It's amazing how sometimes even we don't know what we need, and they're like, no, this is what you need. And then we play a game, and we're like, oh, that's what we needed.
Yeah, fantastic. And certainly, I haven't had a chance, with COVID and everything, we typically in a broadcast situation, we'd be able to talk to some of the players and the coaches and do all these different things. And, there are some limitations. We're trying to, to the best of our ability, keep these girls playing rugby. And so there are some limitations, but the Lindenwood coaching staff, top notch. You can see they just really have their players in top form. So it's fun. I understand a number of the players come from some of the rugby powerhouses, Kahuku High School, Fallbrook High School out of California, and then of course they have some players, from around the country. They're Kate Yeomans from the United Kingdom, Brockenhurst College. You have 2 or 3 players from New Zealand, Caitlin Edwards from Perth, Australia, from Hawaii. There are also some nice pockets in the United States of some good. Washington has some good rugby. California, Colorado, Virginia, a number of others. I'm going to miss some, and people are going to say, "Why didn't you say Florida or this or that or the other?" They're good rugby players, and the sport of rugby is growing. How did you get involved with rugby, Kara?
Well, my dad played when he went to BYU here, and all of my older siblings at least tried it out. Not all of them played. And my high school team, they were doing really well. So when I moved up to high school, I was like, yeah, I really want to try rugby. Like, my siblings did it, my dad did it. It's something that I'm really excited to try. And like the first time playing it, I was so confused. I was like, I don't know what's going on. But I could tell that it was something that I had to stick to. And I'm really happy I did.
Awesome. Yeah, no, my whole plan was to play baseball for BYU. Played baseball and soccer and a number of other sports, wrestled a little bit and whatnot in high school. And when I came to BYU, a friend of mine, I was coming back from baseball practice. He said, hey, I'm going to check out the BYU rugby. They played up on Deseret Tower fields where the dorms were. And so I said, I'll go with you. And this big New Zealand Maori guy by the name of Mark Ormsby, who played rugby and football for BYU, was the coach at that time. And he said, hey, you, go play wing. And I was too afraid to tell him no. I was a baseball player. But I was kind of intrigued and went in there, and I'm like, what do I do? And they said, like you hey, you get the ball, run that way. If someone comes, tackle him. And, I had to run, got tackled. I didn't let go of the ball, and people are using their cleats to make me get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is kind of fun. So I was sold, I think, for another week and a half or so. I did baseball and rugby and just decided I think rugby's my thing. So never looked back. That was many moons ago. But it was fun. I got to come back and while I did my MBA and lived out here for about 4 years, coached the team and with some great guys, the men's team, David Smith and Justin Nadald and a number of others, Jared Aikenhead. So shout out to those guys. The BYU rugby family, both for men's and women's rugby, is something that's really fun to be a part of. Coach Tom and I, actually, we played some club rugby together on the Provo Black Jays and some other stuff years ago. So he was a pretty good little rugby player, that guy. So we'll probably have a few more minutes of halftime here. It's getting a little bit chilly, huh? Even with that sun now.
Yeah.
Might want to zip that jacket up. But halftime score 48-0. Maybe some fun facts for the BYU rugby roster. Keep an eye out for any subs that are coming in, everyone here. But Kate Gormley, she cheered until she tried rugby. I like that. Sierra Ferner, born and lived in South Korea for 18 years. Taylor Johnson, from Auckland, New Zealand, raised in Sydney, Australia, and served a mission in Perth. And she's a nomad, she said. Ashlyn Westhora said she started playing rugby to get awesome scars and bruises. Taisley Hawk, I'm guessing, I could have said that wrong, spent last summer volunteering school in Africa. Riho played soccer. Her dad played with me. Kapua, or her stepdad, I'm not stepdad, father-in-law, Kapua, played on the men's team, 91 to 95 with me, and her husband plays at Utah Valley. We'll have some more fun facts here in a little bit. It looks like we're set to kick off. Was anyone able to see? And we didn't get any subs, so at this point in time, it looks like the reserves are still ready to go, and but looks like we have the starting 15 for each team. Madalasi Morissette with a kick and strong run, breaks 2-3 tackles, takes 2 girls to bring down the Lindenwood player. And Lindenwood recycles. Quick passes off the base of the ruck. And BYU with a big, strong steal. Well done, well worked.
Yeah,
That is
Delaney.
Delaney. Is she playing 8 or flanker today?
I think
Boy,
she's playing 8 today.
really,
Yeah.
man, BYU makes a good play and then just sloppy with the pass, unfortunately, behind the players and puts BYU under some pressure. They're able to recharge. BYU's getting a little bit of go forward. They're good tackle by Lindenwood. Lindenwood's really quick getting it out of that breakdown, and it seems like we're struggling. And why is it so important to get that ball out of the ruck or the breakdown quickly?
Yeah, you got to attack them while their defense is still a little scattered. If they have time to set up, then they're going to be strong, and you're not going to be able to break through as easy.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you can recycle first phase, second phase, third, fourth, fifth, that defense gets really discombobulated. I've always wanted to say that on the radio. But
it looks like they're taking a penalty kick, so this would earn them 3 points if they can make it through the conversion.
So looks like Nicole Lyons, who is a fantastic kicker. So that line, the dotted line there is 40 meters, and that would be straight in front of the post. She's kicking that. We could do our geometry here, but from 5 meters from the touch line. So I'm estimating that to be about close to a 50-meter kick. The rugby field typically is between 65 and 70 meters wide, wider than a football field and a soccer field. So if she could slot this 3-point penalty kick, that would be a pretty fantastic kick. That's a good kick if New Zealand's or full professional is taking that kick right there. Wow, just a little short. Boy, another 5 meters, and she has that.
Yeah.
But fortunately, Lindenwood knocked that on, fortunately for BYU.
Yeah, beautiful kick and a very, very lucky outcome.
So I noticed a lot of people kind of stared, right? And in reality, that's a live ball. So probably should have hustled down a little bit more, but fortunately, Lindenwood dropped that. And we have an attacking scrum. This is BYU's best opportunity of the game so far. BYU, the middle, it looks like one of the locks a little high. Hopefully she can drop a little lower. Strong scrum. Out to Mott. And Lindenwood defensive line up, but, you know, passing was good. Let's get a chance for new recycle. Just keep that ball in tight.
Yeah.
BYU, just keep it simple, right? Just keep moving it forward. Boy, Delaney tackled hard, but gets a little go forward. This Lindenwood team has not had to make a lot of tackles because they've had probably 80% of the possession this game.
Yeah. It's good to turn the tables a little bit.
Absolutely. BYU back within 5 meters. And nice, strong running. Could you tell who that was,
That was Kat.
Kat is just a super rugby player. Boy, that's that looked like a little bit of a high tackle, but play on.
Looks like that's Lexi going in. And that is a
Lexi
try.
for the try. Fantastic.
Yeah,
so,
beautiful play out on the wing there. Good job, Lexi.
So Lexi Tenney, fantastic. She's a senior, third year playing rugby for BYU. It looks like we have 2 subs for Lindenwood. Number 16, Jayla Hampton, and number 18, Natalie Gray, Summit County, Colorado. Jayla Hampton, New York, Soulsville Charter School. So BYU, unlike in the first half, they were a little more patient. They just kept it simple, executed their passes, got to the breakdowns, the rucks quickly to recycle, to reset for the next phase. Just kept putting Lindenwood under some pressure, sucked that defense in a little bit, and then spun it wide with 2 or 3 good, strong leading passes. And Lexi was the benefactor of being able to score that try.
Yeah.
So looks like Nicole Lyons again is within 5 meters of the touch line or sideline. Challenging kick. She's kicking from the 22-meter line, but with that angle, probably a 30-something meter kick with a tough angle. She is one of the top kickers in women's collegiate rugby. Boy, had the distance just a little bit to the left. So, but BYU is on the board with a 5-pointer, 5 minutes in to the second half, when our score's 48-5. Lindenwood looks to have another sub, number 22, coming in, Sativa Tarau Pikikuru, also from New Zealand, Kaipara College, Helensville, New Zealand, or Helensville, New Zealand. So looks like she will replace the fullback, who is getting carried off the field piggyback style. So, no, that's the number 10. So number 10, Rochelle Stevens, great game out of Fallbrook High School in California. She's a senior and played a fantastic game. All right, is that Kate Stars again?
Yeah, that's Kat.
Or Kat, sorry.
Yeah, and it looks like she's taking as many Lindenwood
Yeah, she runs hard and low, and that's really important, is that low, hard running. BYU, see if they can keep that ball, continue to recycle. The Lindenwood defense is coming up that
and that's
tight.
Kai with that breakthrough.
Kai with a nice pass
Getting
out
it
to
back
Lexi.
out to Lexi.
Lexi on the attack again, inside pass. Oh, unfortunately wasn't to hand.
Still a great run.
Great run. BYU switched the field. Gonna have to come up and make some good defensive plays. I notice BYU's not committing quite as much to the middle now. They decided we're gonna, have our defensive line out.
Yeah.
They were getting came up a little fast. And no call for a knock-on. Referee says play on. And number 16 just came into the game immediately. Hard run, makes an impact for her team. It's always great when reserves come in and they're just fired up, ready to play, infuse their team with some go forward. BYU trying to steal that ball, but Lindenwood able to hold on. Kick made, we'll see. Oh, don't let that ball bounce, but fortunately it took a good bounce. Nice little pow, and knock on by BYU. So a little extracurriculars there by 11. She wasn't exactly very happy with the extra handling there. I think that was Bailey Deuce.
Yeah.
So it can get a little bit chippy sometimes out there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The great thing about rugby is you play hard, you tackle hard, you beat each other up a little bit on the field, but afterwards you come together, the hosting team puts on a feed for the visitors, and sometimes you sing rugby songs and all kinds of stuff. So number 9 decided she wanted to put the ball in on the opposite side of the scrum. Now, technically, by the laws, and they're laws, not rules in rugby, she could do that. There is a bit of a disadvantage because you're putting it in on your tight head prop side instead of your loose head props, and so your hooker's foot is further away from the ball. The hooker is the number 2. Everybody laughs at the name hooker. That was one of several positions I played. In fact, I played my last game at BYU against BYU Hawaii in April of '95 was as hooker. And we played BYU Hawaii, and that was a massive team of some fantastic Polynesian rugby players.
I can only imagine.
Back in those days, we couldn't participate in the national championships, so we had our personal one. That year, BYU and BYU Hawaii were the in my humble but correct opinion, the 2 best teams in the United States, and both had hammered Stanford and a number of good teams back then, and that game was a 13-12 slight victory.
Wow.
But, you know, if it would have gone a couple minutes later, BYU Hawaii may well have won that one. But we're glad that it was an 80-minute game and not an 83-minute game. But,
yeah.
In fact, I believe Coach Tom played some at BYU Hawaii. So, BYU. So, BYU defensive line a little more committed this half. Coming up strong, making some good tackles, deciding not to wait. Looks like Kat and Bailey on the tackle there. BYU picking out their thing. Good tackle by 7. Riho Maruyama. Almost knocked on, but able to recover. Lindenwood just keeps coming with players, and you see they recycle out. Try awarded to Lindenwood. That was certainly a good build-up. I mean, BYU's defense was solid, not fantastic, but solid. But if you just keep moving that ball and recycling, it gets to a point where it's hard to stop a defense that doesn't make many mistakes. So Lindenwood answers BYU's try with a try of their own to bring the score to 53-5.
Looks like they're kicking from a similar position.
Yep, that she's within 5 meters, so that's going to be quite a challenge on the kick here.
And that's good.
Wow, fantastic kick. It looks like one of the other best kickers in the country. That was well struck. Can you tell who that is?
No, not right now.
And
number 18.
Number 18. So again, impact player Natalie Gray out of Summit County, Colorado. Played, or at least went to Summit High School, I assume. She played there as well. Definitely looked like a soccer player as well with well-struck conversion. BYU with the kick, coming right to left. Lindenwood with the take. We're a lot of reaching. Certainly need to get a little more shoulder punch back in on those tackles and get low. Those Lindenwood players are coming really strong. Good tackle.
Yeah.
Good tackle by Matalasi Morissette. Went low, and that's what you have to do on big, hard-charging rugby players. You try to go high against them, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
BYU penalized for failing to release. That will be a penalty kick. Number 11 will take that. Caitlin Edwards out of Perth, Australia. Or Australia, as I should say, right? It was deemed backwards, not knocked forward. That was ripped out by Lindenwood. Consider it a knock-on. Boy, the ball handling's a little tricky, huh?
Yeah.
This Lindenwood team is certainly skilled at that. So it looks like BYU is going to bring in their first subs. And so we have number 19, Alyssa Erickson. That is a proud dad moment because that's my daughter. So forgive me if I'm a little bit biased, but she played in Virginia for 4 years, 4-year All-State rugby player, served her mission in Romania. So, and then number 22.
Meg Sherwood, yeah, so she is like me. She's from Canada, so we have a few girls from Canada on the team. So not quite as international as New Zealand or Australia, but
Yeah. And Alyssa is actually half Canadian. Well, I guess she's a quarter Canadian. She's a quarter French, quarter Canadian, and all American. So we got that good Canada connection. Love it. Oh, little chip kick over the top. Let's see how we go. Nicole Lyons is able to dot that down in the 22. Excuse me. So the Lindenwood player tackled the girl, not knowing that it was a 22 dropout.
it just shows she's ready to go.
Looks like Lindenwood's able to maintain possession of that ball. Boy, Rio Maruyama with another try-saving tackle there. Those penalties are starting to add up. Looks like they're asking for subs, but the referee can determine. Oh, looks like we have a few subs. Number 19 for Lindenwood coming in as well. Kapuina Bailey out of Kona, Hawaii. She went to Kona Waina High School. So shout out to her family in the islands.
And it looks like Lindenwood is taking a penalty kick here too off the tee to try and get those extra 3 points.
Absolutely. So we've seen her kick already. She's a very skilled with the boot, as they call it. There's a lot of fun rugby phraseology, as we like to call it. And she is successful with the conversion. So with that conversion, that brings the score to 58 Lindenwood, 5 for BYU. All right, it's about time to get a little of that downhill momentum. So Alyssa Erickson and Meg Sherwood have entered the game. Meg is a freshman, first year playing at BYU. Alyssa is a sophomore. She went to BYU Idaho, and this is her first year playing at BYU. We'll see if they can get fired up, bring a little infusion of fire into this game. Kick is off. And Lindenwood on the attack, hitting those gaps.
Yeah.
That would be
obstruction.
Also known in the old days as shepherding. You can't run in front or block for your player. I saw that coming. The assistant referee, that's why it's so important to have good assistant referees. Sam Madsen, the assistant referee, has been around rugby for many, many moons. Many more than I have. I'm going to rub that into him after the game. But having good assistant referees to help the referee see when infringements or penalties happen in the game. So well done, Sam. So number 9 for BYU, Christina, going to put that ball in. We got a good view of the scrum.
And it looks like collapsed.
Collapsed scrum, so the referee will reset that. Hopefully everyone's okay in there. So a lot of times you'll have your strong, stout athletes in the scrum. And some people say similar to, maybe linemen in football or whatever, but much more fit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And big, strong, and sometimes the forwards will say the backs get a lot of glory, but the forwards do a lot of the hard work.
Yeah.
I've played both, so I don't really have a strong feeling either way. But well scrummaged by BYU and attacked by the back line. Keep moving that ball. If BYU can maintain some go forward and just patiently, Alyssa and Meg looks like got involved immediately on the ruck. Okay, it looks like offense. So Matalasi goes ahead and takes that. Nice quick tap. Christina is moving. Gets on that ball. Oh, but turned over, unfortunately knocked on by BYU. Geez, just struggling to maintain possession of that ball.
Yeah.
Nice offload by Lindenwood. Number 18 into the game with a switch pass. Boy, nice hard line. Fantastic work. BYU still continuing to be aggressive, and a turnover. Wow.
Oh, wonderful.
Well played. BYU's defense did not give up on that. Lindenwood offloaded that ball. Here comes Alyssa immediately. Nice run. Gets hit by 2 tacklers. Boy.
That was a hard hit.
Yeah, a lot of hard hits coming there. BYU elects to come out to kick to relieve some pressure there. But, boy, some big hits. Big hits there. Alyssa, her first touch came in. 2 good, strong tacklers from Lindenwood made the tackle. We got 2 more BYU players coming in.
That looks like.
Do we have numbers? Or do you?
Marin Spears and Annalise Curtis. So.
Marin Spears from California, senior for 4 years, has played. And you said Annalise?
Yeah, and it looks like Maya Hood is also going in.
And Maya Hood, Mighty Mouse, I think. That's. I'm just giving her tons of nicknames. I love that girl. She is.
Her fun fact is she's the tallest player on the team. So if you see number 17 out there, know that there's nobody taller than her.
She is wicked strong, too.
She is very strong.
I saw on the interwebs, you know, the Instagram.
Yeah.
She had like 5 plates on her back and was doing planks and
looks like she wasn't even breaking a sweat.
Yeah. She is tough. So fun to watch. Puts everything she's got into it. Looks like potentially number 17 for Lindenwood, Nina Tuilaepa from Summer, Washington, out of Summer High School. Will be checking into the game at the next dead ball.
It looks like they're doing a maul over there on the wing.
Yep.
From Lindenwood.
Again, a maul. BYU has to stop that. They cannot bring that to ground. They just have to stop it. But if Lindenwood takes it to ground, that's okay. The referee will say play on. Looks like Alyssa and someone else were trying to poach, but Lindenwood protected their own ruck. Alyssa holding on, and turnover, and who was that turned it over?
That looks like it was Mata off of Alyssa's slowing down of the girl going on around.
Yeah, well done. You just sometimes you just hold on for dear life.
If you can't bring them down, you got to slow them down.
And you know, was able to pop that ball out, and BYU able to turn it over, so release some pressure. Get low, got to get low, BYU. Here comes Alyssa, strong run, hard run, breaks the gain line, gets up, releases the ball, runs again. Well done.
Yeah.
Proud dad moment. I'm sorry, but
very strong run.
if you get tackled, release the ball,
and
get to your feet, and stand up, you can play on.
Yeah.
Here comes Mighty Mouse. That's a dangerous tackle. I cannot believe that the referee missed that. I'm sorry, but that you cannot tackle above the armpits. That was up around the neck.
Yeah. Hard to get there if she's the tallest player, too.
Yep. So number 23 in for BYU with a strong run off the bench. That is, that's Marin
Spears, yeah.
Not Marin, but Marin, like the place in California, right?
I don't know, California.
Come on, you're Canadian. Is that Meg?
No, that is Annalise.
Oh, that's Annalise.
Yeah, she's the other Canadian on the field right now.
All right, way to go, Canada. Good infusion by our reserves.
Yeah.
All right. Rihu Maruyama gets a pass out to Lexi. Finally putting this Lindenwood defense under some pressure, you know, making them tackle. They're up to the task, though. There's certainly, you notice they're coming up. 2 or 3 girls will make that tackle, get the momentum going backwards, put BYU under a lot of pressure.
Risky putting that many girls in, but it looks like it's paying off for them right now.
Yeah, I think basically they're gambling that, hey, BYU hasn't shown that they're able to beat us much on the outside, so we're going to make sure we get them on the inside.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you defend aggressively, and with everything you got early, you don't have to defend for very long.
Yeah.
Boy, some good rucking there.
Yeah, very intense.
Oh, Alyssa throwing one girl down, but the other girl to pick it up. Oh, is that Riho with another try-saving tackle? And BYU turns it over again, but they need to get that ball and get out of there.
Yeah, get out of there. They're half.
BYU attacking the sideline, chooses to kick. Let's see if she gets there in time. And Lindenwood's 15 on the attack. Alyssa goes high, got to go low on that tackle, but she gets back in there, finishes.
Brings her down.
BYU they're really out of sorts with their defensive line here. So, boy, that's that Jalen. She is a strong runner.
Yeah.
She is a sub off of Lindenwood. Jayla Hampton out of New York. Shout out to the Hampton family. Try for your daughter, sister, friend. Soulsville Charter School. So, boy, came in driving those legs, a nice try from about 8 meters out.
Yeah.
Dragged some players with, but certainly we're seeing a much more competitive second half. Both teams are really showing some fire and some good defense.
Yeah.
Sounds like whatever the BYU coaches said at halftime certainly infused some fire in the girls. And
yeah. And at halftime is really the only time when coaches can talk to the players. Otherwise, they're out there on their own. You don't get timeouts in rugby.
Yeah, unless you're really loud as a coach on the sideline. But mostly they don't listen to you. So number 23 for Lindenwood. She's got one of the coolest names here ever, Morgan Freeman. We understand she's a fantastic actress. No, maybe she is, maybe better. But a great rugby player out of Delray Beach, Florida. High school FAU, and she's a junior. And we have another sub, Karen DeFreitas, number 20.
And number 21.
Caracas, Venezuela, and number 21, Eti Haungautau from Harriman City, Utah. Another Utah native. They've got someone from Caracas, Venezuela. That's a pretty long trip too. So very strong, diverse international team. Fun to see these girls from both programs come together and from so many different backgrounds and walks of life, and just really put on a show for us this fine morning in Provo, Utah at Helaman Field on the campus of Brigham Young University. For those not familiar with BYU, Brigham Young University, a big run by Lindenwood, number 19.
Yeah.
BYU on the attack. Brigham Young University, established, was it 1875? It was established by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and it is a private university. Has players from all over the place, so students from around the world. So certainly the BYU women's rugby team is grateful for the sponsorship and support of Brigham Young University, as well as our other sponsors, including Utah Valley Hospital, who is a fantastic sponsor of our BYU extramural sports program. So BYU has the line out right here in front of us. We have Alyssa Erickson, number 19, in the hooker position, taking the throw.
He's saying the channel is too close together, so you got to be a meter apart.
Yeah, so the referee wants a re-throw. There should be 1 meter there.
A little bit of a drop, but looks like
but BYU
Toad was able to get on it.
Toad is on it. The Lindenwood player grabbed onto the ball, and so Toad was not able to release that. So it's a penalty to Lindenwood. So they're electing to kick. BYU will cover the line. And Lindenwood chooses to kick to touch. And they do find Chach. Well struck kick. I think that was number, was that? I did not get the number.
I didn't get the
Maybe
number either.
Kaylin Hershey.
Yeah, it looks
Wait.
Kaylin
On
Hershey's
that, are you
going
talking
in
on this
for.
team?
Kaylin Hershey's going in on BYU.
Oh, okay, so Kaylin Hershey, sophomore, first year playing rugby for BYU. She is entering the game. She told us that Madalasi Morissette is her favorite professional rugby player and also her teammate at BYU.
Yeah.
Madalasi had an opportunity to be part of the USA Player Pool development camp, I think a couple months back. Maybe that was in the fall.
Yeah, I think so.
So she's a fun player, great family. As I said, we played with them back in Virginia.
It looks like that was a turnover.
Oh, ball's out.
Yeah, I'm not sure who took that in, but very good. Oh, and it's back to Lindenwood.
Yep. So BYU's trying to reset their defensive line. That Lindenwood team just keeps on coming on attack. And they're within 5 meters there, continuing to drive. That is the same young lady that scored the last try, just a hard leg driver.
Yeah.
BYU with a strong low tackle, not wanting to give anything up. And so Lindenwood decides to throw it out to their backs. And a nice cut by the Lindenwood player. Pass out to number 12. Try scored by number 12 for Lindenwood. Puni Puao Skips out of Garden Grove, California from South Bay High School. So some well-worked play. Again, BYU women's rugby team is having to play a lot of defense.
Yeah.
And it is probably the most tiring part of the game of rugby.
Oh, it definitely is.
It's more fun to play offense.
Yeah.
You have a little more gas, I think, when you have to continue to tackle over and over again, and the other team is not making many mistakes.
Yeah. It's difficult physically and mentally, but looks like the BYU girls will be able to kind of keep their stamina up, not give up.
Yeah, there is a pretty clear-cut reason that this Lindenwood team is the #1 team in the country.
Yeah.
They have beaten, I think it's #2 Central Washington already, convincingly. They also beat Life, who is the #3 team in the country. I understand that was a somewhat convincing victory as well. And they're putting BYU to the sword a little bit today, but we are in the 74th minute. Still some time. It would be good to see BYU finish strong over the last 6-7 minutes or so.
Looks like that's going to be a knock-on.
Knock-on. That number 16 for Lindenwood. She is a player. Jayla Hampton. A little bit of a knock-on there, but I'm sure she'll make up for that soon. She is in the prop position. She had some strong runs, a good try earlier. So BYU coming here. Christina ready to put the ball in. We got, is that Delaney at 8?
Yes.
Maybe it might be a good opportunity for a little 8-man pick here. What do you think?
I think it could be, yeah.
So the number 8 is also called the position 8-man. Not to be sexist or whatever, that's the name of the position right there. But the only people that can take the ball out of the back of the scrum are the number 9, the scrum half, who can then either run with it or pass it to the number 10, the fly half, and then out to the centers, 12 and 13, or your wings, 11 and 14. Your full back is your 15. or the 8 can pick it up and run with it. But she is high to begin with. Boy, probably should have gone the other way on that one. Kainoa with a nice run.
Yeah.
She is a 5th-year player. Get there, get to the breakdown, get low. Alyssa with the pickup, quick pick and go.
Yeah.
She lifts it up again and goes. She's
not ready to get that ball out.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're
A knock on by Lindenwood. So well
we have
played.
some subs coming in. So this is
Number
Michaela
20.
Cooper and Rochelle Falcon.
So number 20 is Michaela Cooper, senior. Dad is from South Africa, and you said, who was the other one?
Rochelle Falcon, number 18.
Rochelle Falcon, sophomore, served in Washington, Vancouver missionaries. So we have several returned missionaries on the team.
Yeah.
Some served Australia, Romania,
And we have some going
Washington,
out on
Vancouver,
their missions.
and we have some getting ready to go on missions.
Yeah.
Who, do you know anyone off the top of your head?
Sierra Garza is leaving just after the season ends.
Okay, so
Yeah.
does she have a mission call yet?
Yeah, I think she's going to Detroit. And then Meg Sherwood is going to Toronto, Canada. And then I know there are a few other girls who are getting ready, but
Nice, and Maya gets in the game, has a nice little run, breaks the gain line. Kainoa coming out. Got to get that ruck over there. Alyssa and is that Meg?
yeah, that's Meg.
Sets the platform.
Yeah.
Oh, just a little sloppy on that pass, ladies. Got to clean that up a little bit. Lindenwood able to turn the ball over. Number 23, the replacement scrum half, is doing a good job recycling that ball out to her subs.
Yeah.
21 with an opportunity to insert into the game. Passes out to the captain, number 7. To 20, Karen De Freitas from Venezuela. So shout out to her family.
It looks like that was a knock for Lindenwood, so BYU's getting the put in the scrum again.
So Lindenwood has certainly not played an error-free game, but they are certainly very skilled and not having a ton of knock-ons and so forth. BYU is really having to earn their turnovers, rip the ball out, do what they can. And BYU is struggling with some unforced errors. Now, some of those are unforced, and some are because of the pressure Lindenwood's putting on them. But but certainly some hard-fought rugby here. BYU with the put-in on the scrum. And that's Kate again, right? Kat,
yeah. And that's Rochelle out on the wing.
All right, Rochelle with
Strong
a nice run.
Yeah.
Good breakdown. Let's see if we can get 2 or 3 phases together on this. Big run. And BYU on the attack to Kai. Here comes Mighty Mass. Maya.
Yeah.
Maya with a good, strong run. BYU's got to get low. Maya releases and picks the ball up again, which is totally legal. The Lindenwood girls off her feet. Here comes Alyssa. Strong run, breaks the gain line. Still driving those legs. Still moving.
Still going, yeah.
Look at that. She does not want to.
She is not going down.
She told me she was going to be playing angry today, and I.
You can see that.
Boy, that's a little unfortunate on that one, but it looks like called for holding on, so a penalty. Nice strong run.
Yeah, very strong.
Definitely determined she was going to show up today. So sometimes when you're getting a little bit of a butt whooping, you get a little angry.
Yeah.
So you see your sisters taking it. We got a touch, so so Lindenwood kicks it into touch. It will be their line out since it was a penalty. We'll see if BYU can spoil or steal this line out. But what a fantastic opportunity. You know, certainly BYU has some upperclassmen, but a lot of young players, a lot of first-year, second-year players. And,
yeah.
And lifted early, so short arm penalty, free kick. And the tap and go by Lindenwood, they're going to come. We'll see if BYU's defensive line is up to the task. Nice cut inside by number 20 for Lindenwood. BYU, though, not going gently into this good night. They have come to play. And Alyssa with the tackle on, I could not see the Lindenwood girls' number there, but number 19 on Lindenwood on the attack. Cuts inside gap. Good two-person tackle by BYU. Lindenwood chooses to go weak, passes it into the corner.
It looks like they're going in for the try.
And number 11 for Lindenwood with the try. Number 2. That we have some good help here on the side here from Camden Erickson. Her second try. Number 11, yeah, at least. She's from Perth, Australia. So shout out down under to our Aussie friends and her family. So the referee keeps the official time. We look like we're in the 81st, 82nd minute, so he could blow his whistle or he could allow one more kick. We're kind of hoping for one more kick, you know.
Oh,
get these
always
girls
hoping for more rugby.
get one more chance, but I have a feeling he might
Call
blow
it
that
here,
whistle.
yeah.
Nice kick by number 18.
And that's game.
And that is the game. So well struck by number 18, Natalie Gray. Good impact sub. So some fantastic rugby on display today at Helaman Field on the campus of Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. The final score, Lindenwood 77, BYU 5. Certainly, Lindenwood is a class team. BYU is grateful they traveled out here, and certainly a great opportunity for a young and upward moving BYU team to play the best. I think that was a great experience, and they'll learn from it. And there's a chance they might see Lindenwood again this year.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. So these teams in the elite division, the 5 teams, Lindenwood, Life, Penn State, BYU, and Central Washington are certainly just really a cut above all others, and Lindenwood a cut above the rest, as we've seen. They've beat all comers convincingly, and so well coached, very skilled team, and hats off to them today. Also, props to the BYU team. It did not let up the whole game. What do you think? What would you say about BYU's efforts today?
I would say that they were fairly consistent. They definitely upped it in the second half, which is very good to see. Some things to work on, but there's also a lot of good things that we could focus on.
Absolutely. The BYU coaching staff does a good job of resetting, of going back to work, of making the adjustments, and BYU will come out stronger. There's still many games to play. Playoffs on the horizon pretty soon. Probably start right around the time of finals getting close.
Yeah.
So it's always a challenge for BYU who wins earlier, but they'll look forward to the opportunity to continue both their academic and rugby pursuits. And certainly has been fun to getting to know some of the girls a little bit. It's been a pleasure to be a part of this, and Kara had done a fantastic job.
Thank you.
You and Lexi 2 weeks ago. Had fun getting to know you guys, and we love the Canadians, so bring more of them down to BYU.
Yeah,
right?
that's the plan.
Recruit. BYU always needs good infusion of more experienced rugby players from the Great White North and anywhere else. But certainly we'd like to again thank our sponsors, Brigham Young University, Enter to Learn, Go Forth to Serve. Also, Utah Valley Hospital is a proud sponsor of BYU's extramural sports and provide tremendous high-quality medical care and improvement for the overall health of our local Utah communities. We certainly have some former BYU rugby players that are part of the Utah Valley and other programs here locally. So we'd like to thank our sponsors. Certainly BYU is grateful for all those that have tuned in. Hopefully you've enjoyed some good rugby today. It's been a real pleasure. Shout out to those all around the globe that have tuned in for this live feed. And again, final score here at Helaman Field at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. Lindenwood 77, BYU 5. Thank you, and please tune in for our next game. Looks like probably next week, possibly a game with Utah Valley.
Potentially.
Okay, so there's the schedules sometimes are a little in flux because of the COVID and all that, but that is, I think, at least tentatively the plan, and then I think pretty quickly in the next couple of weeks move into playoffs. So. So thanks again to everyone. Thanks to Lindenwood, fantastic rugby program, and thanks to BYU. BYU rugby continues to be on the rise, and we're excited to see what the next weeks and years will show. So thank you very much, Kara. And we'll sign off. Again, your final score, Lindenwood 77, BYU 5.